Well, folks, really getting into it here this morning. I'm working this morning on the Realistic Pro-2036 200 channel scanner, and this particular beast, it has the 800 megahertz band blocked. Well, parts of it, I should say, not all of it, but parts of it. And there's a modification online on how to convert this 2036 so it covers the full 800 megahertz band. And there's a bit of confusion as what you got to do with it. So I'm going to try to figure out that and make it easier to understand and to bring to you guys how to do it. And there's also a version of this radio that was sold over in Europe, and it does not cover the 29 to 54 megahertz band. And I know there's people out there that want to know how that's done. Well, for right now, the best I can do is show you what the Canadian version of this scanner looks like for its band setup. And you'll see the battery, but to the left of the battery, up here, you'll see a series of resistors hiding out here, and they're marked 104. That's these three here. And so you got these ones right here, these three, and then you got these two open slots right here. So what I'm going to call these when I do this modification, and how I'm going to write it on my website, I don't care what the designation of the schematic calls these, but I'm going to call this resistor R1, R2, R3, and I'm going to call this one P1 and P2, basically position 1, position 2. And from what the modification pretty much tells you is you had to remove these three chip resistors, these three here, R1, 2, and 3, and move them to the two pads closest to the battery. There's the battery, and there's the pads. Two pads. There's actually four pads. So do they mean to take the two resistors from here and populate these two positions, or do you take one resistor, like remove these, but take one of these resistors and move it to the position closest to the battery, which is these two here? So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to remove three of these, or just pop them up, three of them, and I'm going to take a resistor, I'm going to put it across these two and see if that gets the full 800 megahertz band, which is perfect if it does. Now, where it's good for the European community out there that has access to 60, 88 megahertz, but don't have access to 29 to 54 megahertz, then this here is what you need to do on your radio to convert it to the 29 to 54 megahertz band. So what I think they've got done over there, they have a resistor placed in this position here. And I think this position here gives you your 66 to 88 megahertz band. So this is here. This one here would be empty. This one would have a resistor. And chances are these three resistors will be removed. So you only have one resistor in this position. That's what I'm thinking. I'd like to see an actual picture of the European version of the Pro 2036 to know exactly what it looks like right here. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say this P1, position 1 position here, will give you your 68 to 80 megahertz. This one will give you your full 800 megahertz band restore. And if you want access to 29 to 54 megahertz, then you remove these three resistors, remove this resistor, and just put one resistor right here. That's what I think you got to do. So we're going to try it anyway. We're going to verify if that is the case. And so I'm going to just pop up these three resistors. I'm going to put one right here and see if we get the full 800 megahertz restoration. And once I know that much is working, then I'll move over and I'll put a resistor here and see if that fills in the 68 to 88 megahertz band. So yeah, it's a little bit of confusion on the modification of the or the instructions of it. So I went ahead this morning and wrote down draw it out a bit so you can understand what's actually going on in the circuit. So in the Canadian version of the circuit, this is exactly what you're looking at. These here are traces. That's the resistors 1, 2, and 3. That's how they call it: resistor 1, resistor 2, resistor 3, and position 1, position 2. So that's what I'm thinking. So position 1, I think, will actually give you your 68 to 88 megahertz band restore. That's what I think is going to happen. So basically, you go from this to this. So you remove this one, and this one. Remove 3 of these, and put a resistor in this position. So this is what it looked like. That resistor is removed, that one's removed, that one's removed, and the resistor is put here. So that's what I'm thinking goes on. So that will give you your 800 megahertz band, and that will give you your 68 to 88 megahertz restoration. But I'm going to find out today exactly what's what here. So if you're interested in modification for the 2036, then by all means, stay tuned, and we're going to figure out right here, right now, how to convert this 2036 between 68 megahertz, between 68 to 88, and 29 to 54, and 800 megahertz restoration. So we're going to figure this out right here today, how this is done. Stay tuned, folks. So I have the resistor put here, that's marked 103. I have that one at closest to the battery. According to instructions, that one should give you the full 800 megahertz band restore. I have the other 3 resistors, 104s. I have them lifted up on one side so they're not touching. And the position to the left of 103, which I call position 1, I believe that one will give you 68 to 88 megahertz. But we're going to try this first position and see what that does. That should give 800 megahertz full restoration. So I'm going to put the scanner completely back together, and we're going to test this and see if it in fact comes back. So stay tuned. Okay, so that resistor there never gave me anything at all. In fact, never changed any bands whatsoever. So I'll move that resistor 103. I'll move that to the other position and see what that does. Okay, so I added another resistor 104 next to the 103, and that position there, those 2 resistors in that configuration give you 68 to 88 megahertz, but you lose 29 to 54 megahertz. So that's what I've come up with here. So basically in position 1, position 2, both of these appears to give 68 to 88. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to remove the one from P2. So I have P2 in there by itself. Right here, it did absolutely nothing. So I'm going to remove this P2 and just leave in 68 to 88 megahertz. Or I should say P1. Leave in P1 and see what that does. But right now, with P1 and P2 populated and R1, 2, and 3 unpopulated, remove resistor 1, 2, and 3 and install P1 and P2, you get 68 to 88 megahertz. So, figure that much out.